I know with me, I'm going to stay in this field because it keeps me happy and active, and I love everything it does for my lifestyle. So even if I only, hopefully one day I'm maybe like 55, 60 years old like my dad, but I'm not working so hard. I may be just installing 6 septics in a year, but I'm doing
Nice.
enough to just keep myself going, keep myself happy, busy, and I've hopefully put myself in a good enough financial situation to do that. But I just want to honestly install septic systems, kind of take it easy, and I don't want to work like all these guys do 6 days a week, 12-hour days. I get that there's a hustle and that there's money to make and all that kind of stuff. But like, what happened to doing work because it makes you happy and being okay with making plenty, but not overkilling?
Yeah.
That's kind of where
I
I'm
think you're
at.
totally right.
There's way too much
Yeah.
stress. Like, you guys are all super stressed out in this field, and then not for nothing, you guys don't eat very great in this field. So then people are wondering why people are dropping
You
from
talking to
heart
me?
attacks. I'm talking to all of you, all the steaks and stuff. Listen, I love a good steak just like the next person, but we need to take care of ourselves as operators and people in this field. And our work doesn't allow for it because of the scheduling. So I want people to work and be happy and to remember that that's why we do it. It's not just about the money and the hustle and how things look. Because I love a shiny piece of equipment as much as the next guy. I really do. Trust me, probably more than the next guy. You've never
Yeah.
seen me around equipment. Oh my God. But point being, like, I kind of use social media to try to get people to focus back in on what's important and what makes it fun and what brings people to it in the first place,
Yeah. That's super smart. It sounds like you kind of know exactly what you want out of life, even. That's kind of inspiring to hear that, to be honest with you. And you're even making me question everything. But I also feel like, there's two things I think it's good to be reminded of the way that you're talking. But I also feel like sometimes some people, such as myself, I just don't know any other way. Like my wife, if she could hear me talking, she would be like, listen to what she's saying. Like, please, but for me, like, I seem to thrive off the chaos, off the stress, off, like, oh, we need cash flow. This month's bad. Let's go. We need to hammer out this, hammer out that. Like, and I think my problem is, this is a good like therapy session almost, is I have a hard time finding that happy medium. I want the same thing like you're talking about when you're 50, when I'm 55. I want that when I'm 40. I mean, that's why I think I'm working like I am now, so that, when my daughter's 10 or 15 or 20, I'm kind of chillax. And it's like, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, well, let's go do that, and I have more time. But I feel like there's different ways also. I think different personalities for different ways. But what you're saying is super refreshing to hear, and it sounds like you kind of know exactly what you want out of it.
Well, I mean, and I would just like to put it in perspective for you as someone who grew up with a dad in the field, the daughter at the dinner table watching her dad get up to answer the phone calls all the time because he's so committed to providing what he can for his daughter. That's great. And I admire my dad, but I wish he had been more present for certain things. And I would love to see him a little less stressed out, even though, like you said, he thrives in the chaos. It's all he knows. It's his everyday life, but also I'm looking at it as, okay, I want to work hard. I take pride in what I do. I have integrity. I've done all these things, but like also like work-life balance and making me happy. And also I'm a woman in the field. So like, I kind of just have like this different perspective of like, I watched my dad. I watched how it impacted his relationship with my mother, with me, and then also how it impacts work, because now I'm going to work with him and watching how he views the whole world of this industry, like how it runs, like how you have to be there at a certain time because your trucks are showing up and you have an inspector coming that day and you need this done by this day so you can get paid by this date. I completely get the whole thing. It's just, for me, I don't think that the next generation is taking to the old school way of doing things, and that obviously I'm a product of that, and I'm finding a way to make the industry work for me. And for me, it's pricing things out the right way, that I'm not going to kill myself, that I'm not, like kill my body because my body's already aching, not overprice it for like my customers, make sure that they're getting what they're paying for and stuff, but making sure I'm happy in my day-to-day life where I don't feel like I'm just working to no end,
Yeah, no, everything you're saying, like, I'm just in awe. Yeah, you're super smart. Yeah, I mean, you're making me question whenever you're talking about your dad being at the dinner table and answering the phone. I mean, like, I am not. I say this all the time to my wife, and I know this podcast is about you, but I like chiming in on my own because you're making me think. But like, there's a lot of times, like I always say to my wife, like, I'm not a good father, and I think that making that, I'm very self aware in that sense, but I, the only reason I do what I do is for my family. Like, I know my daughter is going to be fully set up, and you know, any future kin or family members or whatever are going to be good. And everything will be set up perfectly. But maybe that's just a coping mechanism I'm using to actually just keep doing what I'm doing, because I am the same, like your dad, you know, like I'm in here when they're eating dinner, or, you know, like all last week I was at business meetings or events all at night trying to just improve and keep chasing the almighty kind of dollar. I love it. I love what I do, but I think you're right. There is more value in kind of being more present, because like it does take a toll on your body.